students, good evening. Now we'll start with the module number 3. Here we are covering only two chapters. One is depreciation accounting and the another one is trial balance. Understood? Now in depreciation accounting we are going to solve, or we are going to see one or two practicals also. So first I'll go for the trial balance and then I'll continue with the depreciation accounting. So let's start with the trial balance. Now what is a trial balance? See, we saw what is journal, what is ledger, we prepared all the ledger accounts. Now once this all ledger accounts are prepared and they are balanced, the next step is to prepare a trial balance. Now the trial balance is a step just before the preparation of final accounts. Once you prepare and once you finish your trial balance, you tally your trial balance. Once your trial balance is ready, the next step is to go for the final accounts. So before the final accounts, the stage is trial balance, and after preparing the ledger accounts and they are balanced, the next step is trial balance. Now first understand what is a trial balance. See, trial balance, you cannot say it is a ledger account or you cannot say it is any kind of form, but it is nothing but a statement. Trial balance is a statement which shows the balances of your ledger accounts. Understood? So it is a statement which shows list of balance of all the ledger accounts. Now this trial balance consists of two columns, debit one and the credit one. Whatever the balances which has a debit balance, they are come in the debit column. Whatever the ledger balances which has a credit balance, they will come in the credit balance. So we will mention one by one account. Debit balance will be put in the debit column, credit balance will be put in the credit column, and then the trial balance will be tallied. Now when you start preparing your final accounts, the base is the trial balance. You have to always see first that your trial balance is a tallied trial balance. Debit side and credit side should be tallied. अगर वो trial balance tally नहीं है, then there is something wrong. You cannot start preparing your final accounts. So once you post your all the balance, ledger balances in debit column and credit column respectively, wherever they relate, it should get tallied. Understood? So that is the basic step. Now, what is the purpose of the trial balance? What does it show? The first thing I told you, like it should be tallied trial balance. That means that it shows us the arithmetical accuracy. मतलब हमारा जो भी अब तक के लेजर अकाउंट जिसका डेबिट बैलेंस था और जिसका क्रेडिट बैलेंस था और फिर हमने उसका टोटल किया, that means it is a tallied. So it shows arithmetical accuracy of your accounts. It helps you in preparation of final accounts also. Again, it indicates errors also. अगर आपका ट्रायल बैलेंस टैली नहीं है और if there is some mistake, डेबिट में कुछ डिफरेंस आ रहा है या if there is a difference in a credit balance, it shows there is some errors. So before you prepare your final accounts, आपको अपना errors पता चल जाएगा, and then it shows the summary of all the ledgers. From the trial balance you come to know कि हमारे कितने ledgers account बने हैं, कौन से ledger account के डेबिट बैलेंस है, कौन से ledger account के credit balance है. So these are the purpose of the trial balance. Now basically we can see there are two types of trial balance you can prepare. The type one is gross trial balance and the another one is a net trial balance. Now as the name suggests, gross trial balance में what we do, we take the total of debit items and the credit items in a particular ledger account. Ledger account में आप देखोगे तो डेबिट में भी एंट्रीज रहता है और क्रेडिट में भी एंट्रीज रहता है. तो ग्रॉस ट्रायल बैलेंस में आप पर्टिकुलर लेजर अकाउंट का डेबिट टोटल भी लोगे और क्रेडिट टोटल भी लोगे, उसके लिए उसको ग्रॉस ट्रायल बैलेंस में. नेट ट्रायल बैलेंस में क्या रहेगा, जो भी पर्टिकुलर लेजर अकाउंट का आपने बैलेंस नेट आउट किया रहेगा, दैट बैलेंस विल कम. समझ में आ रहा है? ग्रॉस नहीं रहेगा, उसमें नेट रहेगा. देन ग्रॉस ट्रायल बैलेंस मैंने बताया कि उसमें डेबिट वाला भी आइटम्स रहेगा लेजर का पर्टिकुलर का और क्रेडिट वाला भी सब कुछ. सो दैट कैन बी प्रिपेयर्ड इमीडिएटली after the preparation or after once you post your journal entry into ledger, you can prepare the gross trial balance. But the net trial balance आप कभी बना सकते हो जब ये पर्टिकुलर लेजर अकाउंट आपका बैलेंसिंग हुआ रहेगा, मतलब डेबिट में इफेक्ट देके क्रेडिट में इफेक्ट देके जब उसका जो नेट बैलेंस आता है उसके बाद ही आप नेट ट्रायल बैलेंस बना सकते हो, बिकॉज वो पर्टिकुलर बैलेंस ही बताता है, आपको ईच एंड एवरी एंट्री नहीं बताता है. नाउ व्हाट आर द हाउ यू फ्रॉम वेच और वेर यू विल कम टू नो कि कौन सा अकाउंट डेबिट में जाएगा, कौन सा अकाउंट क्रेडिट में जाएगा. सो देयर इज अ वेरी इजी स्टेप, एक गुरु चाबी है उसकी. वॉट एवर द एक्सपेंसेस, वॉट एवर द लॉसेस एंड ऑल योर एसेट्स आइटम्स जो भी है उनका डेबिट बैलेंस रहता है. क्या चीज मैंने बोला? एक्सपेंसेस, लॉसेस एंड योर एसेट्स. दिस थ्री थिंग्स हैव अ डेबिट बैलेंस. से फॉर एग्जांपल एक्सपेंसेस को परचेसेस हो गया, आपका ओपनिंग स्टॉक हो गया, वो एसेट्स हो गया, परचेजेस आपका एक्सपेंसेस हो गया, सैलरी पकड़ लो, रेंट पकड़ लो, वेजेस पकड़ लो, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पकड़ लो, और कोई अगर आपका लॉस हो रहा है, P&L अकाउंट में भी अगर लॉस है तो ये अगर चीज है तो उसका डेबिट बैलेंस है। उसका उल्टा क्रेडिट बैलेंस मतलब एक्सपेंसेस डेबिट में है तो ऑल द इनकम, लॉसेस डेबिट में है तो ऑल द गेन्स, समझ में आ रहा है, या प्रॉफिट, एसेट्स डेबिट साइड में है तो लायबिलिटी में क्या, क्रेडिट साइड में क्या हो जाएगा, लायबिलिटीज। सो क्रेडिट साइड में गेन मतलब प्रॉफिट, इनकम एंड द लायबिलिटीज, दिस थ्री हैव अ क्रेडिट बैलेंस। समझ में आ गया? अभी मैंने बोला कोई भी चीज के ऊपर प्रॉफिट पकड़ लो या गेन पकड़ लो, प्रॉफिट ऑन सेल ऑफ मशीनरी है या नॉर्मल P&L अकाउंट में आपका प्रॉफिट हुआ है, तो कोई भी इनकम है जैसे सेल्स हो गया वो आपका ट्रेडिंग इनकम हो गया, इनडायरेक्ट इनकम पकड़ लो, रेंट पकड़ लो, रेंट रिसीव्ड, कमीशन रिसीव्ड, डिस्काउंट रिसीव्ड, वो आपका क्रेडिट में आ जाएगा बिकॉज दैट इज योर इनकम। लायबिलिटी, लायबिलिटी मतलब क्रेडिटर्स हो गया, बिल्स पेएबल हो गया, देन लोन्स फ्रॉम सम पार्टी टेकन्स, कैपिटल अकाउंट हो गया, दिस ऑल विल हैव क्रेडिट बैलेंस। समझ में आ गया? सो दीज आर द बेसिक फंडा कि कौन सा आइटम का डेबिट, कौन सा आइटम क्रेडिट, अगर वो कंफ्यूजन हो रहा है सो ऑल द एक्सपेंसेस एंड लॉसेस एंड द एसेट्स विल हैव अ डेबिट बैलेंस, on the other hand all the income and the gain and the liability will have a credit balance, simple funda। now in exam में आपको कभी कभार आ सकता है कि ट्रायल बैलेंस दिया रहेगा, मतलब लेजर अकाउंट का सबका बैलेंसेस दिया रहेगा एंड यू वुड हैव बीन टोल्ड कि इसमें से बताओ कि ट्रायल बैलेंस बनाओ। सो यू कैन प्रिपेयर अ ट्रायल बैलेंस आइदर इन अ जर्नल फॉर्म और इन अ लेजर फॉर्म। व्हेन आई से जर्नल फॉर्म मतलब हमने जो जर्नल स्टाइल का एंट्री देखा, मतलब पर्टिकुलर्स, देन वी कैन सी हियर डेबिट रुपीज और क्रेडिट, तो जो भी अपना एक्सपेंस वाला आइटम है या लॉसेस वाला है उसको डेबिट कॉलम में लिखना है, जो भी अपना गेन वाला आइटम है या लायबिलिटी है उसको क्रेडिट कॉलम, एंड देन यू कैन टेली बोथ द कॉलम्स। सो वो आपका जर्नल फॉर्मेट में हो गया जिसमें अपना फर्स्ट जो यहाँ पे दिखा रहा है दैट इज इन जर्नल फॉर्मेट, तो पर्टिकुलर्स, फिर डेबिट का कॉलम, फिर क्रेडिट का कॉलम। डेबिट वाला जो बैलेंस है वो डेबिट साइड लिखना है, क्रेडिट वाला क्रेडिट पे लिखना है, फिर अपने को टोटल करना है, देन योर ट्रायल बैलेंस इज टोटल। सेकंड मेथड आप बना सकते हो, आप बोल सकते हो उसको लेजर अकाउंट फॉर्मेट में। लेजर अकाउंट में मतलब डेबिट बैलेंस वाला सब डेबिट साइड पोस्ट करना है, क्रेडिट बैलेंस वाला क्रेडिट साइड पोस्ट, तो टी फॉर्मेट में आपका बन जाएगा एंड देन यू हैव टू टोटल। सो दीज आर द टू मेथड्स व्हिच यू कैन प्रिपेयर योर ट्रायल बैलेंस आइदर इन अ जर्नल फॉर्म, इन द लेजर। सेम इलस्ट्रेशन में हमने यहाँ पे दिखाया हुआ है कि एक ही आपको सब दिया रहेगा, उसमें आप उसको जर्नल फॉर्म में भी कन्वर्ट कर सकते हो अगर पूछा है, और लेजर फॉर्मेट में भी कन्वर्ट कर सकते हो। Understood? Now the first illustration, the first sum which we are going to solve the depreciation based on straight line method, where for the entire year you have to provide the depreciation on the original cost of the machinery. When I say straight line method, that means the depreciation will be always provided on the original cost. See, in the sum it is given as that on 1st of April, machinery has been purchased for rupees 80,000. So what I will do over here is machinery account debit to cash or bank account 80,000. Correct? In the same year, on 1st of October, additional machinery purchased for rupees 20,000. Same entry, but the date will be on 1st of October. Now, every year the depreciation is being provided on 31st of March, and that is 10%. Correct? So, on 31st of March 2012, depreciation will be provided. On this machinery, it is on 1st of April. So, for the entire 12 months, it will be provided. So, 80,000 per 10%, it will be 8,000. Correct? On 20,000 which is purchased on October, so here the machinery depreciation will be provided only for 6 months, October to March. So on 20,000, 10% for 6 months, that comes to 1,000. So here your total depreciation for this year comes to 9,000. Correct? Now from 1 lakh, I will deduct 9,000. The balance will be 91,000, which will be carried forward to the next year. You'll write down and 31st of March buy balance carried out. Next year on 1st of April, it will become as a 2 balance brought out, 91,000. Correct? Now in the year 2012 to 2013, there is no activity of purchase of additional machinery or sale of any old machinery, nothing. So I'll just provide the depreciation. Keep it in mind, on straight line method, depreciation will always be provided on the original cost of the machinery. Correct? Now I will provide the depreciation on both this machinery, but this will be for the entire year. So on 80,000, 10%, that comes to 8,000. On 20,000, 10%, that comes to 2,000. So for the year 2012-13, the depreciation comes to 10,000. Understood? The balance will be from 91,000, 10,000 will be gone. So balance will be 81,000. That will be carried forward to the next year. On 1st of April 2013, your opening balance of the machinery is 81,000. Now on this year, I have sold. It is mentioned in the it is mentioned in this. I have sold the machinery of this machinery which I purchased on 1st of April. Now I sold it on 1st of October. So I sold it at a price of 62,000. So bank account debit to machinery account. So I'll credit here by bank or a cash account 62,000. Now here I will provide the depreciation only from 1st of April to 1st of October. I will not provide the depreciation for the entire year. Why? Because I am already selling the machinery on 1st of October. So till the date of time of sale, I will provide the depreciation. So again on the original cost, keep it in mind. So on 80,000, 10%, but that will be only for 6 months. So here the depreciation comes as a 4,000. So I'll mention here 4,000. Now when I sell any machinery during the year, after providing depreciation up to the date of sale, the one more step is you have to calculate profit or a loss on sale of a machinery. There may be either profit on sale of machinery or it may be loss on sale of machinery. So how you can calculate it? Very easy. Original cost is 80,000. Till date, how much depreciation is provided, that you have to deduct. So you will deduct 8,000. Now we have sold only this machinery. So depreciation only for 8,000, 8,000 and this year for 4,000. So total depreciation of 20,000 has been deducted. So what the WDV comes is 80,000 minus 20,000. So now the cost value of the machinery comes as 60,000. And 1st of October, I sold it on 62,000. Correct? So I got it 2,000 extra. That is definitely my profit on sale of machinery. So profit will be always credited to P&L account. So here machinery account debit to P&L account, and you have to mention here profit on sale. So we'll come to know whether there is a profit or a loss. So profit of 2,000. Now this machinery is gone from the picture. Which machinery is remaining? This machinery. So on 20,000 you will provide the depreciation for 2,000. Again for the entire year. Now in the same year, on 1st of January, I have purchased one more additional machinery, that is for 30,000. Now on this machinery the depreciation is remaining, that is only for 3 months, January, February and March. So on 30,000 I will provide the depreciation at the rate of 10% for 3 months, that comes to 750. So both the machinery which is remaining is 20,000 ये वाला जो हमने first year का अपना है और ये वाला 30,000 का, जिसका depreciation 750 आ रहा है. So on this machinery the entire depreciation amount comes to 2,750. So from this total 1,13,000, I'll deduct this and this. The balance comes to 44,250 as on 31st of March 2014. Now you have to prepare machinery account as well as depreciation account. Now here in depreciation account, everything will be in debit side. So depreciation is your expense account. So there on 31st of March, you will just provide the entry as to machinery account 9,000. On 31st of March, you will transfer that balance to P&L account. Nothing else, because depreciation is your nominal account, it is your expense account, so there won't be any balance carry forward. Whatever the expense has occurred, that will be transferred to P&L account. Then on March 12, as on 31st of March 2013, depreciation will be 10,000. As on 31st of March 2014, but in that October depreciation 4,000 and March depreciation 2,750. So the last year the depreciation will be 6,750. The entire 6,750 will be transferred to P&L account. So every year depreciation will be provided and it will be transferred to P&L account, because depreciation account is a nominal account. So there won't be any balance carried down and any balance brought down. This is your asset account, so definitely there will be balance carried down and balance brought down. So whatever the depreciation has been there for the entire year, it will be transferred to P&L account as it is your expense account. Understood? Thank you.